Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Empire Earth 2 on the series JG. Wood has become the thing that's slowing us down from launching an attack. I think when we get an army that's capable, yellow is going to be a lot more difficult to take out than red. You haven't seen red attacking much. They do attack eventually. They're at a different technology age. But now that we've got some good wood income, I do want to see us... I do want to just get our Samsons upgraded. Maybe even get an additional Samson. And archers are very important in these early scenarios at just killing stuff that tends to charge. They will sometimes charge right past melee troops trying to get to archers. And so having the archers to aggro them is very useful just for that.
We are under attack.
Well, there you see. They have a primitive army that's coming after our guys. But we might as well go deal with them.
Okay, my lord.
Oh wow, it's going to take them forever to deal with that thing. So I'm not really in a hurry.
Outstanding.
They're just basically cavemen.
Okay, my lord.
Now we could go after them first, but the thing is they're so much less threatening than the yellow group that it's like, why would we... It's like, it's almost not worth our time to go deal with them. They do not present the same level of threat. See, they have a speed of... They have a speed of 11. These guys now have a speed of... Okay, so they got the same speed as the archers. That's probably fine. I could get them more health. But they're as fast as the archers now. Not quite as fast as the spearmen, but close. I don't need the archers lagging behind the Samsons. So it might at this point be more useful to build another Samson. And to build a couple more archers. Samsons just help us knock those buildings. Oh, so now the here we go. This thing's kind of handy now, just as a distractor, because it's got a lot of hit points, but it's not. We don't need it anymore, and you could throw a few wood into keeping it repaired, just so that some, but not all of their attacks get, you know, just waste their time going after it.
Okay, my lord.
Pelops just gonna attack this guy and then run away. Horse-Pasturing Argos tells you to stop.
Outstanding.
Horse-Pasturing Argos demands your instant death.
Okay, my lord. We are under attack.
Yeah. There we go. Money for nothing and chicks for free. That's the way you do it. Is it worth upgrading these guys even more? They're not really getting attacked by archers at all. I think our 2 more troops should be spearmen. Pelops definitely needs to get his wounds healed up.
Yes, master.
We can still screw this whole thing up by getting Pelops killed at any time. Because he's too good to, like, not use. But it would be dumb to let him get killed. Well, it would be game over. Is I guess what I'm getting at there. We've gotten so much. I guess I could upgrade you guys because it's food and iron, which we have plenty of now, so. Yeah, we got so much food and iron, I can afford it. For you guys, it's food and iron too. You're who I should have upgraded. What about you, Pelops? I just said we can't have you dying out there. Okay. Alright, so we've maxed out our pop. ABC is pop. Oh, wait, we don't care about that. Let's give them, you guys are maxed. No, not you. Okay. So we could throw down one more attack for the Samsons, but it ain't critical. Oh, we got horsies gathering up here anyway. Let's take them out. They were kind of up here, circling around, thinking about it. Like, hey, you guys want to attack? Think about it. Oh yeah, I'm glad I got the speeding update for these Samsons. My off-screening, I did not bother with that, and I think may have been a mistake. Because they lagged behind the army and would occasionally get picked off. Gotta be a way to get... What is the correct path? I might have just completely bypassed the best way to get to their base. Okay, I think I finally found a path through here. They're coming from the north. There's probably a more direct path, but I don't remember the geography of this level that well. Wow, this is not... This is not being passable. This is not the way I should have come. I keep thinking, oh, there's a clearing, but it's because the fog of war isn't allowing me to see the path-blocking trees. For some reason, they've given us this big path. Well, I suppose I could take this village out first. Why not? This is supposed to be the one you get second, I think, but...
We are under attack.
I really need to consider just pulling Pelops back, actually. Does he heal over time because he's a hero unit? No. So I'm getting the village you're kind of supposed to not bother with. I'm taking it out. Yeah, and if their soldiers all were, I think they were attacking me, and got and ran into us. So these guys are just ready to deal with whatever pops up. But this should be it. This is going, you know, bypassing this village by mistake is making this going real smooth. But this wouldn't normally have been this easy to get this village. There'd usually be a bunch of guys waiting for us.
This village is no longer a threat
To the people of Dardus. I should have let him finish. Archers, so I got their range. Now we will go for attack. But we're getting extra civ points for every town center we take out, which is why that guide was saying, "Oh, make sure you you know, wipe their shit out early." They were caught up in this notion that we needed to attack, like, not like build a settlement up here before, while we still had a capital down here, because that way the mission ends when we build a capital up here at Horse-Pasturing Argos. Plus we've also taken out 2 of 3 capitals, so we can take out all 3 capitals and get an extra round of, because you get bonus civ points every time you take out their capital. So we get 3 rounds of bonus civ points instead of 2. That was the whole thing with getting a settlement started here before your capital down here was destroyed, which of course it was. But okay, it might feel like overkill that we got this army as good as we did, but that's why, like, we took out an attack wave on the way, so there was nobody defending their base, and now we should have probably more trouble with this group than we did with that one, because there will be some guys here. I'll be pretty surprised if we don't have some resistance here. Some groups of horse pasturing guys. But who knows? Maybe we really exhausted their efforts. They don't really have I'm kind of shocked by this. Every time I tried to attack them piecemeal in the past, it turns into a big mess. There are guys fighting us. But there just ain't too much going on. I'm really... Here we go. This is it. But they're not going to stop the Samsons. And that's where they're going to get taken down. We haven't lost anybody yet. We will lose some people before this is over, I'm sure. Well, maybe not. But it's this is like StarCraft tactics. Get a death ball.
Good work. This village is no longer a threat to the people of Danus.
But if you get a big enough death ball going, like, attacking piecemeal gets you in trouble. You waste resources and you lose troops. If you get a death ball going that can't be stopped, it's ultimately more economical because you don't rebuild anything. They just never get damaged in any real way. So we got infantry attack, archers attack and range. From here we could save our money, or we could go with I'm gonna go with 20% armor for our spear infantry, because we are going to have a lot of them in some of the middle scenarios. Now, if we were smart, we would go back and rest at a hospital. But in fact, I'm not worried about it. We'll lose, as long as we don't lose Pelops, we're fine. We do have one of the sons of Pelops in trouble. Maybe we send him and Pelops back just to be extra conservative. But yeah, the cavemen that attacked us before, not even... do. But yeah, we'll take the wounded guys out. Give them a little break. We're actually... Oh, man, we're aggroing... See, they've still got guys out there. So the game says their civilization's defeated, but their guys that are still on the map might cause trouble. But we'll finish it now. And this video might go a little short. I'll have to decide if I feel like tacking this on to the video that would have been last week's video. Like if the attack goes that quickly, it is that effective. There's a couple of little archery ranges. I don't know why, because they barely used archers at all. We did finally lose somebody to their towers. I'm going to worry too much about these defenses. Tell you what, though, those they're actually killing off my my archers real fast, because the archers are just hanging out.
With the last village destroyed, all the tribes of Hellas lie humbled before us.
Let's get out of here. Hopefully the sons of Pelops survive. Towers continue to attack, though, you see. It says, no, they are all humbled. They all know our awesome power. They will continue to kill us, though. So that gives us 5 points. Infantry, spear, melee. The next thing I want, which I won't be able to afford because it will have boosted up in price, is hit points. That's up to 9 now. So yeah, I'm not really that worried about cost and build time. And I don't really worry too much about speed in most scenarios, but if I can get armor, attack, and hit points so they have the best possible combat value, I almost always am going to try for that. There's a couple of things you could work on in this scenario. There are also cavalry, particularly some of the later scenarios here of this are going to be you playing as Alexander the Great, and he has spear cavalry. His, the famous companion cavalry are considered spear cavalry, but we won't have them for a while, so I don't need to try to get too far ahead of it. Archers and spear melee are going to be important in the next couple of scenarios, and then we've got one coming up later where boats are important. I think I made the mistake playing through off screen. I was spending points on battleships and carriers, frigates and cruisers, galleys, transports, and subs. They've got these odd categories because they got to have them cover modern and ancient. But what I kind of found out is that battleships, they give you 3 different rock, paper, scissors ships, but the battleships are the most expensive, but they do so much more damage. Even the ship that's meant for taking them out has a hard time beating them. So I might throw some points into upgrading battleships, and I might just forget about it, because there's only one scenario where they... That's not true. There's 2 scenarios where they matter. I'll put some points into them eventually, but for now, let's just hold on to what we've got. So we took some losses, but all 3 sons of Pelops came out. Oh, you guys are... Wow. What a bunch of assholes.
Yes, my lord. Pour the cake. Yes, master. Outstanding.
Well, you're fighting us near our hospital, so they're going to be in trouble.
We are under attack.
This is not...
Pelops has fallen. Leaderless, his people are doomed to perish in this foreign land.
Seriously, game? You gave me the victory conditions to wipe out all of their groups, and then you're like, they're still attacking. We gotta come all the way back here. Well, fuck. Okay. Well, that being the case...
Good work. This village is no longer a threat to the people of Danu.
That being the case, I guess we don't have to worry about me tacking this on to the end of the last video, because at the last minute, we found a way for this whole thing to go to shit. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring all of Group 2, including Pelops, back to the hospital. So that Pelops won't be on his own.
Yes, Master.
I'll bring back this one son of Pelops as well, because I would feel bad if I lost them all.
Yes, Master.
We don't need to hold on to the sons of Pelops,
Okay, my lord.
but I would feel weird about losing them, is what I'm saying. Because they're kind of quasi-unique heroes. At least they've got names. You two guys, I guess I lost track of you along the way. Poor guys gathering like one food and then getting messed up.
We are under attack. For the king.
This might be good news, though. It might mean that we wiped out one of the groups that came after Pelops and took him out.
Yes, Master. For the king. We are under attack.
So we just got to get the Samsons to rush by. The speed upgrade is helpful for them here. My infantry is just going to stand around here and attack whoever needs attacking.
We are under attack. We are under attack. Yes, Master. For the king.
You guys can attack that, fine, whatever makes you happy. You need to get back to headquarters.
Now, with the last village destroyed, all the tribes of Hellas lie humbled before us.
There's no way they'll come murder me now that I've defeated their town centers. That would be a ridiculous idea. Why would you even suggest that was possible? So to win, as was the case before, when I thought this whole thing was basically done, we have to construct a capital on Horse-Pasturing Argos. So three more guys. Or gals. And we've won. And I can't believe, I was just taking my time and kind of chatting about what was happening and not realizing the trouble we were going to get in by stalling. But yeah, look at
The
this.
citadel at Argos is complete.
I'll get you.
The power of our people can now grow and extend across the entire land.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
The Danaians prosper. The first great age of Greeks has begun.
Good job. So there you go. I had mixed feelings about that oopsie at the end. I guess it was funny in retrospect, but only because, like, if the last manual save I had before we launched our attack at all was what we were stuck with, I would have been pretty pissed. As it was kind of amusing. As you can see, though, this game, it's there's things about this game I like a lot, but like, okay, there's a group of these guys. We attacked from this direction, and I had my Samsons attack at their town. They never got aggroed. They were just sitting here. They were not created after we defeated their town center, because these guys, they don't even have buildings for producing those troops. They're just a group that just was here. Similarly over here, I guess somewhere along the way we took out their troop producing buildings, but they had archery ranges. I occasionally you would see sling soldiers, not archers, but not often. And in my off-screening, when I sent some guys down here to take this out, yeah, they got killed by the freaking Minoans. Anyway. So the Minoans have a crazy amount of navy around. They are... Oh, and this is another thing. I read about this in the wiki. It's possible, apparently. It's very difficult. It's not... You're not supposed to be able to do it. But, like, if you can somehow engineer through, like, cheats or something to take out the Minoan army, they are not... The game is not kidding around. It makes this volcano go active, and earthquakes happen. Like, they use natural disasters to wipe out anything you have on this island. They will not let you build here in the long term. Once you get up here and decrease... But as you can see, like, the crazy amount of shit the Minoans have, you just have to sneak past them. There's no sense in doing anything else. The Messenians and their war rafts are fully upgraded, but who cares? These are not upgraded. They're still 62 damage versus this thing's fully upgraded 14. Range of 5, range of 5. But this is a fully upgraded range of 5. Whatever. The Messenians, like... I guess they've got... barracks. This is their village. It had towers in its defense, so... The threat to you are the Achaeans, because they're crazy horse dudes, and they just occasionally spawn armies of horsemen who just attack your village. The Messenians don't attack as much, but at least they had the decency to build towers, so when you attacked their base, it felt like you were, you know, doing something, I guess. At any rate, it's done now. We won. We can quit this game. Oh, hold on, before I do that. How many, we had 5. So we'll have 15 at the beginning of the next scenario. We can't spend them now, even though it looks like you can. But I think our best bet in the next scenario would be, won't let me do it now, but hit points for infantry. Because they're like the Centurion / Hoplite guys. Like, we're going to have them. They're going to be a core... cheap, disposable, but effective unit for a long time, so we'll get a lot of use out of them in the long run. But we can now move on. Curious about this. We were never going to be allowed to... Yeah, we've wiped them out, but I don't think we were ever allowed to do anything with tributes and making them allies. So instead, we quit this game and view the statistics. And here we went to my screen where my voice capture tests were going on. We hit Civ level 3 at 1408. The Achaeans and Minoans never got there. I don't understand what I guess the Messenians were at the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Achaeans and Minoans were already at Civ level 3, Copper Age. And, the Achaeans and Minoans and the Messians were only at Stone Age. So that's why they did appear to have, like, cavemen, like Captain Caveman was leading his knuckle dragger troops against us. You can see on the summary, we won, but not for economy, because well, we can't just click on it and see. I guess society? I don't know how they won economy. I guess they just gathered more resources, because it doesn't actually show us. But yeah, we were growing, and then boom! A billion of those guys showed up. And they just kind of fought a few of us and stayed stable. But you see these weird spikes, I think, are where the Achaeans would occasionally... Either they had tons of horse guys hanging around on the map and would send them over in drips and drabs, but I think they would occasionally just get horse guys would show up. And the... Messenians almost acted like a real society, but the AI doesn't play the game following the same rules you do. They have villagers gathering resources. That doesn't really impact when they get to build troops. They just kind of create the illusion of that. With the epoch, so I won all of the miscellaneous things. Well, mouse clicks to player speed. Well, okay, never mind. The only one here that matters is map explored. And, we had the most research. The fewest units lost was the Messenians because they didn't fight that much. We just went, took out their base, and stopped. we had the biggest army, although the Minoans were close. I guess we could have fought off that Minoan army with our armies at the end. But the Achaeans lost most of the units because the Messenians only attacked us once. The Achaeans are the ones that keep harassing you. So if you don't follow that strat where you get a base that can build troops, but it's not a capital, and you only get to take out 2 bases, you probably are going to take out... Smart move is probably to take out the 2 Achaean bases, just because they're the most threatening. But if you just take out the closer one, and then the Messenians, that works too. Anyway, it's all good. We've won. You can see all the scenarios are completed because I did everything off screen. I'm hoping that when we go to Trojan War, it will give me the starting point for my most recent clear of Warriors of the Sea. Otherwise, some of our society point decisions might not matter. But we came out with a nice 30-minute video to wrap up this thing, and when we come back next time, we'll start in on the Trojan War. See you then.